Hey, everybody. Listen, I see y'all in the building. Thanks for joining. This is our Married to Medicine recap. Are you watching? Were you here for the first episode of the new season? Married to Medicine is one of my other favorite reality shows. I do absolutely love the ladies of Married to Medicine. I'm glad that they're back on. We're going to see how they do and what goes down this particular season. And I got some friends I'm going to bring in the building really quickly with me. Okay. Canelo, it's his dinner time, but he here. And listen, guys, Canelo also has his own channel. We would love for y'all to support. Canelo, when you get a chance, drop your channel link in the chat there. You don't have to talk yet because I gotta do the opening scene anyway. But just drop your channel link in there so that everybody can go and support. Okay, so let's go. Go ahead.
I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Don't y'all come for me in the comments today because I'm eating. Don't y'all do it.
So drop your channel in there. I'm also going to add Curves. She's here via audio. So also Curves, do me a favor, drop your channel information in the comment section there, and everybody, support some other YouTubers here, and subscribe to Canelo and Curves channel. So let's get started here. Let's talk about Married to Medicine, okay? And I see y'all are here. Thank you for stopping by. So listen, we start out and listen finally, because I did not like it. I don't know how y'all felt. I didn't like it when Jackie and Simone was not friends. Jackie and Simone are I love them being friends. I didn't like when they was having, issues and they were not together. They asked me what you grubbing on, Canelo. They just want to know what you got. They not coming at you. I think it's taco night for Canelo.
Taco night tonight.
It's taco night tonight for him. So Jackie and Simone, they are friends again, okay? And so we kind of open up and we see them being friends. They're talking together. And listen, because they're couples and their husbands were also connected, it's kind of hard for the husbands to continue to have a relationship and the wives are not getting along. So now the bros are back together. It's a good thing. I like that opening scene, and I like to see them together, and I like the fact that those two ladies are OBGYN. Now, Canelo, I see you stop chewing there for a minute. What did you think about Jackie and Simone being back together again?
I love it because they were my favorite, people that was on the, my favorite friends that's on the cast. And I just enjoy watching them. Now, Simone gets on my nerves because she's a flip flopper. We all know this.
She's a little flip floppish.
But I love her. I love her. She can get on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah.
But just seeing her and Jackie together, and I missed it. I was like you because the friendship broke up for a stupid reason because of it was Buffy and Heavenly. They both were thinking those two was taking over their friendship when it really that wasn't the thing. It was more so because Simone was like telling everybody, you didn't, she told Jackie, you didn't see what happened when I checked her in the back. She said, I knew your, how you felt and all of this, and I know you, but I checked her. And but I guess nobody really can check heavily except Daddy. That's the only one
But,
that can
but
check
but let me just say this before you go that far. I want to say this now. Dr. Jackie is a little oversensitive. So Dr. Jackie, she got mad because Simone didn't take up for her with
That
Buffy,
is true.
but Dr. Jackie came out the side of her mouth telling Buffy's personal business.
Business.
So Jackie was wrong in that particular case.
She was.
But Curves, what do you think about Dr. Jackie and Simone back together again? Their friendship.
I think that it's great for TV. It didn't look like it was as easy as it used to be. It looked like they were really trying. You
Oh
know
my
what I
God.
mean? Like there was like a little underlying. It wasn't as simple as it used to be. Remember when it first started, they just felt easy. This seemed like they were fractured trying to put it back together. And oh, let's smile for the cameras because Simone especially really needs this to work so that she can be the only friend in Dr. Jackie's life again with the way she likes it.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, listen, Candace speaks power is there with you, Curse. She said their friendship will never be the same. I feel that way also. Candace said, I don't trust Dr. Jackie Snake. I'm just saying, okay, I hear you. And so this ain't exactly curves. Like you're thinking that this is not authentic.
Correct.
Um, this is not a true relationship. I will say that I believe it was Dr. Heavenly or someone said that when after the last reunion that Dr. Jackie and Simone wasn't really friends. They was faking for the TV.
It was
Um,
heavenly. It was heavenly.
it was happening, but I was feeling like I felt like this was genuine. I felt like it was close to what they had when we originally thought them together as friends. But I got to keep my eye on it because of what y'all saying. Okay, so I don't know. So Thelma said it might be for show. Well, wow, we have to see. This is a to be continued with this whole friendship thing with these two, right?
Now, I
Right.
want to say this.
Yes.
I
Oh,
don't.
and wait,
Okay.
give me
Go
one
ahead. I'm
second,
sorry. Go
Camilla,
ahead.
before. Oh, go ahead, Chu, because I forgot. Hey, Sin, you're in the building. What do you want to say about this friendship with Simone and Dr. Jackie? Sin, can you hear me? Okay, Sin might
Yeah,
be
I hear
on
you.
mute. Oh, you can
I
hear
hear
me. Go
you.
ahead.
I got you. Where do you want me to go?
I
What are we
want you.
talking
Okay,
about? I was
so
listening.
yeah, what do you think about that, Dr. Jackie and Simone being friends again?
It doesn't seem authentic to me. I think it seems authentic on Simone's part, but
Okay.
Jackie, I don't know if she has reservations. It's like she has reservations, or she just want to feed her with a long handled spoon. I don't know. It seems odd.
You're not liking it.
Well, it's only the first episode. I got to see what else is to come.
Okay. All right. We're going to see what's to come with this Dr. Jackie and Simone
Also,
and their friendship.
do
Yes.
you think that they might be
Yes,
making nice
yes,
because they're going to have a united front when Jeffy Purcell finally pursues charges, if she does, for them breaking the Hippocratic oath and sharing her personal, health information. Dr. Simone was her doctor who told her friend, Dr. Jackie, about her patient's medical private records. And so when Buffy called Jackie on the carpet about it, that's doubly why Jackie was mad at Simone. Because she's like, bitch, you're the one that told me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So there.
okay. I get that, right? But you know what though? Even if Jackie's a doctor too, right? She knows about the oath. So even if I told you the information, you should know better than repeating it. Mute yourself, Canelo, because we're hearing you scraping your plate there. um Jackie takes no ownership to how she treated Buffy. I didn't feel that she did either. And even if Simone told her, then they're equally responsible for the debacle. But now let's move on. So we go to Dr. Heavenly's house, right? Which is nice. Her daughter is absolutely gorgeous. The daughter got a Range Rover for her birthday that she can't even drive yet, or she's still learning how to drive, but I ain't mad at them. What I do like about Dr. Heavenly, now she also owns a beauty supply store. And see, I feel like when you're on this platform, this is the way you should utilize it, right? You utilize it in the way that Candy has. Like you build up a business, you open restaurant stores, or whatever it is you're going to do. So I like the fact that Dr. Heavenly has this beauty supply store, that her daughter's working there, that her daughter's running the social media for it. Like I'm here for it. So then Quad comes over, okay? So Quad comes over and Dr. Heavenly pretty much tells Quad how she and Dr. Contessa are not really getting along. And Dr. Heavenly tries to act like she's delusional. She doesn't know why Dr. Contessa is not speaking to her. Dr. Heavenly, give me a break. You on your platform talking about this chick and her husband having a fake marriage and that the husband is abusive, and you're wondering why she cut you off like cold turkey. Maybe because you keep talking about her.
Baby,
Maybe that's why. And wait, let me just finish this out, Canilla. And then also, she told Quad, and why is Quad? But we'll get there in this 14,000 square foot home. But we'll get to that. But let's finish out this particular scene. But she told Quad that she should get sponsors to help renovate her house. And Quad got the right idea. Not asking no man for no money, and then he gonna think he can come over here, get a bedroom, or sleep in my bedroom and have part ownership in my house. But so that's that particular scene at Dr. Heavenly's house. Canilla, what do you want to say about that scene?
That particular live that Heavenly was talking about Contessa, that happened during the reunion. I was actually in that live stream. And she drugged. I don't think she was thinking of it as dragging her, because I'm not gonna lie, Heavenly does, come off saying, she is brutally honest, but she just goes overboard. And she knows when she's going overboard, she'll go from being brutally honest to being downright messy. And that's what she was doing. Now, we all said that Contessa was in an abusive relationship. We knew Scott was not, doing this to her, but we knew it was verbal and emotional. But she didn't have to say that on her platform. She did not have to say that. And that's what she did. And, well, I'm going a little too far, but if you saw the ending, you know what happened.
Yeah. All right. So Curves, what do you have to say about that scene? I know you a Dr. Heavenly fan, so let's hear
through and through, because Joan said, so I see it completely different. I was with Heavenly. I was like, what is Dr. Contessa's problem? Why are her panties in a bunch? She was just over here on your good YouTube channel, and now all of a sudden you're an issue. I mean, the way that her and Heavenly were chatting it up and talking about the other cast members, you'd have thought that Contessa had stock in the channel. And then for her to wait until after the birth and whatever, like, I can understand why she was shook about being shook, because you were literally just in our house. You knew everything I said. You know what I said to you off camera. And I can understand why she hurt. But it also shows that Dr. Heavenly, after all, has a heart, because she's hurt. She's hurt, y'all. And she has every right to be, because Contessa is wrong this time. And she needs to be explaining why she's still with Scott, and not why Heavenly confirmed what our eyeballs saw, which is that she's verbally and emotionally abused. And her and Scott both even said in this premiere, as they did last season, that their relationship is volatile. And if you look that up, that does imply abuse of some type. And that actually implies a physical type of abuse, volatile. But so for her to chop it off and be like, no, it's not physical. But yeah, there's some emotional and some, some verbal stuff going on. We witnessed that. What's wrong with the truth, people? All this fake news. I don't understand. What the truth is supposed to set us free, not get your panties in a bunch and make relationships plunder.
Okay. Kurt said that. So Sin, what would you like to say? Hold on one second, Canelo.
Contessa, no, I don't want to talk. Dr. Heavenly's daughter. Oh my God, Alora is so beautiful. I'm
Yes,
so
she is.
happy. It's good to see her growing up, and I love to see their family dynamic. Quad, I agree with everything Quad said. I wouldn't ask to borrow a dime from anybody to put anything in my house or to lay a brick. No, sir. Everything in my house is mine. I paid for it. My heart, blood, sweat, and tears. That's it, and that's all. The nephew. Oh my God, I feel so bad about the baby daddy.
I know.
Oh, oh,
We'll
that
get
broke my heart.
we'll get there. We'll get
Oh,
there.
we
But
ain't there
let's
yet.
stay. Yes,
Okay,
yeah, we didn't get there
okay,
yet. Let's stay at this scene.
okay,
Um,
okay.
so hey Amy J, I welcomed you in the building.
Hey,
Um, hey. So first I want to ask you, what do you feel about Jackie and Simone being friends? People are trying to say this is not real, it's not authentic. What do you feel about this?
Yeah. I think they are building something. I don't think they're back to where they used to be.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of people are expecting them to stay mad, but I think it's in their best interest to show maturity because clearly they had a falling out over Buffy.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like it's been some years now. I think they can
Yeah.
get to a point where they can still talk with each other friendly. But do I think they have the same relationship? No.
Right. I think it's probably hard to turn back to the same, but let me read this comment. Thank you, Trina. Thank you, Trina. Heavenly should have said her comments to Contessa, her friend, not her live. Hello. Thank you, Trina. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Did you hear that,
Hey
Curves?
guys.
Did you hear that, Curves? Okay. And MH, I have welcomed you to the building. What would you like to
Hey.
say?
I
Hey.
just wanted to say that about Contessa. I really like her. I like the fact that her and her husband are both doctors. I feel like we don't give enough of our black reality star shows. Like we don't give them enough grace just to be normal. I don't think her and Scott have such a volatile relationship. I feel like that was all exaggerated for the show because a lot of people kept on saying to what do they bring to the table? They're so boring. They're so boring. They're just a regular black successful couple. Like, what do you want them to do? Like, the most drama they had was their nanny. And that's the reality for most people. We always demand, oh, we want to see black excellence. But when we see it, we get angry because they're not doing and they're not creating enough drama for us. But regular families don't have that amount of drama that we see on TV. Like, I can understand the drama within the girls. That could be a little easier to fabricate. But within your family, we keep demanding that they have these conflicts. They can't have these conflicts with their kids. So it has to be the husband. And over and over and over again, every show turns into a wife having an issue with her husband because we demand them to have drama. And that's just how it is. And it's just, or a crazy mama pops up.
Yeah.
Like we're
Okay, but let me
demanding this,
read this. Hold
Samantha.
on one second. Eugene says Simone and Dr. Jackie had a genuine friendship, and they all had a discussion saying that Dr. Heavenly came between their friendship. I agree. I think Dr. Heavenly is just messy. Dr. Heavenly cannot repeat private conversation with her friend. Dr. Contessa does not owe anyone an explanation. It's her marriage, and if she chooses to work it out, it's her business. Yes, it's her business. But she made it ours too because she's on a reality show.
That's
But
that's
but
when
I
a
do
fork in the
agree.
road comes
But I
in.
get
That's
it.
that's when that
I
fork in the
agree.
road comes in.
Okay, so wait, let me read this one. Dr. Contessa's storyline seemed fabricated for the show.
Thank you.
I know. I really think though they went through some real emotions last season. I think they was going through stuff, and I do think her husband was doing a little something something. Now, do I know what that little something something was? No, I
Now,
don't. But I think he was being messy. Go ahead, Canelo.
what I'm gonna say is, S Lover is kind of correct because in that same live stream that got Heavenly in trouble with Contessa, she said they was faking their storylines for the cameras. She actually said that on live, but she did say also, there's some things that Scott
So wait,
had.
hold on, Canelo.
Yes.
Hold that thought for a second, right? Is she saying that they was faking their storylines? Then why should we believe that what she's saying about Contessa's relationship and her husband is true? Which one is it? Is it fake
Because
or
I'm
is
going
it
to tell
real?
you. Because I'm going to tell you. Now, I never thought it was real. But the only thing that I always thought was real was the way they talk to each other, the way Scott does her. Now, that part I believe is real. But all this other stuff that goes on that Heavenly was talking about is contrived. Like, they talk about how lovely the relationship is, the family, the quality family time and all of that. I think that's what she meant was fake. But the marriage part, the abuse and stuff, she was saying that was real, but she couldn't go into detail about it because, even though she put it out there.
Canelo, to you and Dr. Heavenly, whatever. You ain't going to get up on your live. What you're not going to do is, no, listen, you're not going to get up on your live. Come on. You're not going to get up on your live and say half of her storyline is fake, but what I'm saying about her and her husband is real. Hey, lovable Lisa. Mary, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to do that. Which one is it? Is it real or is it fake?
All she did, though, was answer a question. She didn't say either. That's what I'm saying. She answered a question. The question was, there's abuse in Contessa's relationship. And she answered the question. The answer was emotional, verbal. That's all.
We saw that.
But see, that's the thing is, she was alluding to there was a lot more, but she couldn't talk about it because it wasn't her business. But I'm like, Heavenly, you're telling us everything that we already, you're telling us all this other stuff. You might as well put it out there.
I have a question, guys.
Okay, so wait, yes, go ahead.
Do you guys think that it might seem weird, but do you know how Contessa's doing all this bodybuilding? Do you think that's something to do with the threat of violence in her home? If it's become physical, do you think she's training herself up, like building her body?
But she was already
no, I think. Wait, hold on 1 second. MH, do me a favor. Go out and come back in because you're getting a little feedback. Go out and come right back in, but we're gonna answer your question. So no, I think Dr. Contessa, she's always been into keeping her body in good condition, in good shape. And then remember, she showed how back in whatever year that was, she was in some pageant or whatever. She just likes to stay in shape, which so does Dr. Jackie. So no, I don't think she's trying to gear herself up for anything. But let me just say this. Let me read this right here. Because Curves, you got connections in the chat, girlfriend. They said Dr. Heavenly didn't necessarily say it was true. She was asked a question and answered based on what Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott showed on the show. Okay,
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
So wait a minute. So S Lover, I see you are having a great connection with Curves, but you know what? I like you, S Lover, but whatever. Okay, go ahead. Who wanted to?
But y'all know D was dragging me on my elbows tonight. So.
Okay, so wait, hold on 1 second. Go ahead. Who's talking?
This is Amy J.
Okay.
I think with Dr. Heavenly, I find very frustrating is that she can dish it all the time, but she cannot take it.
Thank you, Amy.
She can't take it, and I think that's what bothers most of us. I remember one time Mariah
lies and she doesn't take BS. But if you come at her with the truth, the same way that she goes at you with the truth, then she's right there. But when you come at her with BS, she doesn't really know how to.
Here's the thing: that time when Mariah just attacked her husband a little bit, saying that she had receipts. Dr. Heavenly shrunk so quickly, and she was like, she shrunk so quickly and was like, "Don't come after my marriage." And I was like, "Where Mariah?"
I can't lie.
Even if it was a lie, that she completely shrunk like a baby and was about to bawl in tears.
Why go? And that's the only time you can name.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I do have this from Curve. I do have this.
The point is Dr. Heavenly, she dishes it so bad and she can dig so hard. Yes, if anyone turned around, and Mariah was good at it, called her a bullfrog and everything, he would shrink and feel so bad about her. She would get so upset. So my thing is with her is you're picking on a group of people that don't know how to basically put you in your place, and it's kind of getting bad at this point. And I'm waiting for her intervention. She needs to calm down. It's not okay.
I feel like she gives as good as she gets. And unfortunately, what the ladies come with is BS, because had Mariah or anybody else have receipts on Dr. Daddy having anything outside of the relationship, it would have been done, did come out already. So
but
that
the thing, when Lisa said to her,
that's what I'm saying though. She doesn't know how to respond to lies. That was a lie. She didn't even know.
When Lisa attacked her saying that it was like somewhat kind of ancestral to call your husband daddy, she shrunk again.
I thought my husband
know how to take it.
I thought my husband
this shit.
And at family reunions, it gets a little confusing. But we still do it.
But see, I want to add this though.
You cannot sit there and constantly attack people in the vicious ways she does. And the vicious ways that she does her, and then get small when someone just at you.
She tells the truth.
Dr. Helen tells the truth. That's an attack. It's not truth thing. She's just a really mean person, and everyone allows it.
Okay, so hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second, because I want to be able to hear everybody. So wait, we got another Dr. Heavenly lover in the building. Welcome, Lisa, your team, Dr. Heavenly. Okay, she got her fans. Hold on one second. Apple Peaches. Dr. Heavenly is doing reality TV. We never see what is going on with Dr. Heavenly and her husband. Ever. That you are correct.
Say that he's a little mute and he shows signs of Stockholm syndrome. Every time he looks like he's in blink 2 times.
No, we can't do Dr. Daddy like that. We can't do Dr. Daddy like that.
I feel like
she's a woman beater and the man beater.
No, wait, hold on. Because we gotta connect here, right? We gotta connect. When they was doing the confessional, and the producers asked him, do you have female friends?
Oh my God.
And he couldn't even answer. She was like, no, he don't. And he said, okay, I guess I don't.
I think he meant like he has female acquaintances, like work friends, family friends.
Okay, so hold on, because I can't hear everybody. So first I'll go to Curves. What do you want to say about that, Curves? Daddy can't even talk.
I think that sometimes Daddy doesn't need to talk, because then he'll be in a whole lot of trouble and he doesn't want none.
He's abusing him.
What you gotta say about that? Because that is true. That is true.
She saved him because she knows he doesn't want to feel bad later. And she's like,
exactly.
He got no girlfriend. And he was like, I'm having a girl, because he knows that she has his back the way that he has her back. And everybody hates on that. She hasn't had not one DM incident. She hasn't had not one side chick incident. She hasn't had not one psychiatrist incident. Not no life coach incident. No.
Look at him. He looks like he's broken every time he sees him.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so hold on.
He's a doctor. Come
okay, so hold on, guys. Okay, Sten, what is going on with Daddy? Can Daddy use his words? Can Daddy speak without
you would never know he was a doctor by looking at him. He looks like a mute because she has him in complete control.
Oh, AJ, Amy.
The bank account and the licenses on his wall and all of his happy clients.
Yeah, but she seems like she's running that.
We aren't hearing about any lawsuits or anything like that either. So you don't have to look like something to be it.
If we saw a woman acting like Daddy, we would be concerned. Always looking like he's looking for his wife to correct him.
Speaking of which,
oh my God!
Speaking of which, that's why we need to be more concerned with why Contessa.
Listen, you guys need to be the person we need to be.
Okay, so wait, hold on, because I can't hear everybody. Okay,
that evil woman man beater.
The man that we should be worried about is Eugene. Let's be honest.
Oh my God, let's not
okay, so hold on. Time out. We got to get this back under control so we can hear everybody. So hold on one second. So yeah, said I like Dr. Heavenly. So we got another Dr. Heavenly lover in the building. Even though she stirs up stuff, she is trying to create a show, and I don't mean using her marriage to create a show. All right, Dr. Heavenly Love is in the building. Somebody said Dr. Heavenly husband is a real man. We're not saying he's a man. We just want to know, can he use his words?
Now,
The
I want to say
producer, hold on one second, Camilla.
Go ahead.
The producer asked him a clear question. He was stuttering. He couldn't use his words. And his wife said, answered the question for him. She said, no, he doesn't have any female friends. And then he said, well, I guess I don't. Do you not know, Daddy? Do you not know if you got female friends or not, Daddy? We want to hear you say
it. Now, let me say this because I want to be 100% clear. I do not dislike Heavenly. I really do like Heavenly. She gets on my nerves. There's times I can, get down with her. There's times I have to drag her. There's times she make my head hurt from laughing so hard.
Right.
Look, I get more times of laughing at all the stuff that she does than she gets on my nerves. Now, last season she got on my nerves a whole lot, but I still laugh and I still like her. So I don't want y'all to think I hate her. I don't. I actually like her, but I have to call her out on her BS half the time because she does, it's like y'all just said. She answered for Daddy yesterday. Daddy was like, I'll guarantee she got some male friends. Why can't he have at least 2 or 3 female friends? And we ain't talk about the girls in the group. And then when they was on the trip last time, and they was talking, they was in what season was that when they went? That was last season when they went to Mexico.
And the stripper was on him.
Yes, she blew a gasket.
Yeah, as she should.
Yeah,
but everybody else had them on. Everybody else had the stripper, and nobody else.
Because their guys are disgusting.
Because they've all already cheated. It doesn't really freaking matter.
Oh my God. Okay, so wait, hold on. Let me read this. Dr. Daddy is a great husband to Heavenly and a nice guy. He just wants to keep his wife happy. So we got Team Daddy right here. Thank you, Mary. Mary is Team Daddy. Okay.
I like Daddy. Dr. Damon. Damon is my favorite.
Okay, so I don't think Dr. Ebony is smart with keeping marriage issues off the show. She's entertaining us other ways. So you think she's smart? Somebody said facts. Okay, so yes said, obviously Daddy loves being locked down.
Daddy is
you know what? One time she spoke about them. One time they spoke about their relationship.
And he can run.
Daddy.
Okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. Yes said, obviously Daddy loves being locked down. I can't even get it out. She takes care of him good. That's why he's not roaming the streets. Her Toya and Mariah seem to keep everything on lock. Okay, so we loving Team Daddy. Okay, so who did not get to speak on this subject? MH, did we hear from you on this?
I just want to say they have actually spoken about their relationship, and Daddy likes her doing a lot of the stuff for them. She says that he's like a traditional guy. She has to take care of the home. She's not really a cook, but as long as the food's there, he doesn't really complain. But she goes, and within the house, he doesn't do anything. Like everything is left to her. So as much as we love Daddy, I feel like he concedes control and power to her because he doesn't want to do that. He has a lot of stress at work. Yeah. And when he comes home, he wants to leave everything to Dr. Heavenly. And she's the type of A-type personality that wants to do it.
Now,
and I would marry out of all the guys there.
So many women.
Okay, but I have a question.
Yes.
Out of all the guys there, like all the guys on Married to Medicine, which one could you see yourself married to? Because
that's a good question.
I'm sorry, not Dr. Damien, not none of them. I'm sorry.
Dr. Damien is
maybe Dr. Karen. That's about it.
I like Kieran. I like Dr. Kieran. He is crazy. I do like him.
Wait, hold on. Dr. Karen got a little arrogance too. We didn't get there yet, but you mad? It's a housewarming party, and you mad that they didn't announce you as the doctor? Is it that serious?
It's his house. You better
Oh,
be
do
careful.
Yeah, that is
And that's his
true.
money.
I mean, he's spending the money, so I mean, hey, if he's spending it,
Giving
you
that
better announce
suspicious
me the way
eyebrow.
I am.
I mean, I'm paying you, right? Get my
That
name right.
suspicious eyebrow went up.
And I work for that. I paid all that money to be called doctor. You better put it at the beginning. I mean,
BBL
Okay.
pay for that.
Wait, somebody said Trina said you take Eugene or Cecil. Cecil
Cecil's
had
a
a
bum.
little he had a little cheating issues. He had the
Yeah,
nerve
but
to
he's a
not
bum
have
as
no
well.
money and
He
he
ain't got a
cheated.
job.
Didn't
I
he
Well,
get
I
would use
mean,
$20,000 from Dr. Simone to make a business and it failed or something like that?
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Dr. Cecil
Him and
is
his scamming brother.
Dr.
He's
Heather
not a doctor.
Dr. Cecil is the reason. Cecil is the reason that Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone don't get along. So I
And
don't know if you guys
yes,
remember, but
yes.
then there was a time when
Mhm.
Cecil was bending. He had a greasy elbow. You all know he liked to drink and go live, right? Allegedly, he drank and
I
he
don't
went
remember
live,
that one.
and he said some backward stuff against Heavenly, and Heavenly
Mhm.
responded, and that was all that smoke that her and Simone had last season, and that's why she was like, "Why are you Heavenly's friend and my friend?" Because
Mm.
when her husband attacked Heavenly, she didn't do anything to correct Cecil, and then she went on to attack Heavenly even further. So Cecil, though he is a smart
He's
man,
messy.
he's smart though, because when Dr. Heavenly said you need to go get your real estate license, what did it say Cecil does this time, y'all? It was Cecil a real estate agent now. Okay, so she even helped.
That's the thing about Heavenly.
But
She will read
I
you,
mean,
but she'll give you good advice.
Yeah,
Curse, what
okay,
did
yeah.
he? I
Don't
mean,
do that to Cecil. But go ahead.
I
Go
would
ahead.
say, wasn't he in real estate school last season? Because I'm
Wasn't
trying to remember.
where he
I
was
don't remember.
I'm
starter?
trying to think.
I don't
I'm
He was
talking about like
starting
at the
starter.
reunion because I know during the show he wasn't, but I think he did say he was in real estate school at the reunion. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, and that
So
was
Wait, hold on one second, guys.
go
Hold on one
ahead.
second, guys. So everybody, y'all want daddy? Y'all choosing daddy as a
Yes.
husband?
I don't
that,
want
Okay.
that
that.
is everything. Yes, of all of them.
Why? What does he do but stay quiet and look scared? What are you talking
No.
Okay,
Remember
Let me
at the
defend. Let me
hold
defend.
on,
Let me
guys, you
defend
remember
Dr.
last
David
season?
Daddy. Let me defend Dr.
well,
David
he's
Daddy.
a doctor.
Yes,
That's what
He's a
uh-huh.
doctor.
he takes care of his house and home. You know, he's the loyal man. And
He spoke at the Black Lives Matter thing last year. Remember, he started the initiative where they were
Yes.
vaccinating in African
Yes.
American communities. That was Daddy. He's the one that took everybody out.
the entrepreneur. He
He's
loves
the
his
entrepreneur.
He does a lot in the community for the people. Him and Dr. Heavenly, they match on a lot.
And he's also
Both
doing
of
that by
them.
being abused by Dr. Heavenly.
He married he married a black woman. Most black women, when they become successful, they marry out.
That's
Free from bondage from Heavenly, I might change my mind.
So you know what? Listen, hold on one second. We're gonna have to tell Dr. Damon Daddy blink 3 times if you need our help in the next confessional.
Yes,
no, Heavenly would catch on and slap him upside the face and ask what woman told him to do that. Trust me.
I know.
You guys are ridiculous. Well, maybe had Jackie done it, maybe Curtis wouldn't have had a wandering eye. And had Simone done it, maybe Cecil would have gotten rid of his best girlfriend of 22 years. That was
did you not just?
Sorry, but
You just knocked him out of break.
I've never seen so many people
friends and they're going to the strip club.
Well, you know what, though, guys.
Why are they going to the strip club? I have a question. These men are 50 plus. They seem to be granddads. Why are they at this with cheating rumors and all of that? And they're going to the strip club and their wives are happy. Why is this a normal thing? It's
I heard that was an Atlanta thing.
I heard that was Atlanta.
It is an Atlanta thing.
But wait, let me say this. I will add this to the scenario. I'm guessing, you know what? Now that we think about it, out of all the husbands, from what we know of, Daddy is the only one. Well, Daddy and Eugene are the only ones that we didn't hear any cheating rumors about. So I guess if we gotta pick any husband, we should be picking from those two. I guess.
Dr. Kerry, because we ain't heard nothing about Kerry yet. So throw him in the mix for y'all. So
Yeah.
As
Why
long
would
as you can work
you
Eugene to
yes.
death, so he might be a prospect.
I don't see Eugene making it past the next 3 seasons with Toya's appetite for fame and wealth.
Oh, let's not get on
Yeah,
Toya. Oh
well,
my
we gonna
God.
get there, right? But wait,
All
let's go.
Eugene needs is a fat ass, and he's willing to work.
Yeah,
You know,
So let's do this. Let's go to Quad's house, right? Now this was a beautiful
best.
scene.
It
It was a
was.
beautiful scene at Quad's house. But before I get into the scene, does she really need 14,000 square feet?
No, she doesn't.
That's a lot of house.
She
That's a
doesn't.
lot of house. So 14,000 square feet. She got the dogs that got all the colors on them. She's just taking them to the vet and just turning them all kinds of colors. But what I think is nice is that, you know, her nephew is now living with her, but it's sad that the brother died at what, 34 years old. That is super young.
Oh,
Heart disease, and that the mom was with her too. They got strong genes in that family because the mom
beautiful
quad,
mother.
the mom quad and the nephew
It
all
looked the
kind of look,
same.
they look the same, right? And the nephew
Mm,
was so amazing. Like he was like, I'm
yeah.
missing my dad. Um, it was a great scene. It was a touching scene. It was a heartfelt scene. And I'm loving to see where this goes with Quad, the nephew, and the mom. You know, I'll start with you, Canelo. How did you feel about that scene?
I was so sad for that because I remember seeing the brother at you know, when Mason was 1 years old. I remember seeing
Mhm.
that. And when I saw him at the house, I'm like, what happened to the brother? You know, because she was like, Mason is living with me now. So I was like, so is the brother, you know, going to be living with them? When she said that, it broke my heart because she was so close to him. And you could tell how the mom was so hurt, you know, that it just happened last year. And the scene was so cute. Well, I'm not gonna say cute. It was so emotional and heartwarming because we don't see a lot of that often. And we got
Right.
to remember, Kawhi doesn't have a husband to, you know, keep her going on the show. So she has to, you know, have something that's going to be heart tugging. I don't want to make that sound bad, but you know, we need a story that like this, you know, to keep her. I ain't gonna say keep
They're
her
not gonna
around,
say
but
that, Canelo, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's a lot of other shows where they ain't got a husband and they ain't got no heartfelt story, and they still on the show.
and that
I do think, it was just a very heartfelt scene. I was here for it. Let me just go around. Amy J, what did you think about that scene?
The scene was very touching. I didn't know all with her responsibilities to her family, but one thing I would say about the house situation, I feel like because she came from such a financially abusive husband, just like when Portia had left
Cordell.
Cordell, they all want to show these men that they're capable of being financially on their level as well. Because remember, Portia was going, they tried to get her a condo and she was dead set on having a home, a big house, just as big as the house that she was kicked out of. I feel like, I feel like Quad has the same motivation. She left Eugene and she wanted to show that she was just as capable of having all that he had without him. And she was able to purchase the home and she's able to, furnish the home. And she's also being a support to her family. So I think that's more of the reason why she bought a house. Do I think she needs it? No, I don't think it's necessary. You're a single woman and do something more modest. But they live big in Atlanta. That's all I can think.
Now, before
Yeah,
you go to the next question, Diva, I want to ask this because I don't think none of us asked this question. Where's Mason's mother?
I don't know.
Because
Maybe
I
she
don't
was
know.
there. She was there with them when they was living with Quiet when he was one. So I'm like, where is she now? They
maybe
didn't
she's there
seem.
too. They just didn't show her. Maybe she don't want to be filmed.
No, the question
Maybe
is, why
so.
is she not looking after her son instead
That's
of
the
Quad?
question I'm
So if
asking.
the mother was, if the mother's okay and available to look after her
Yeah,
son,
that's what I'm
she would be the
asking.
first person, even if the dad dies, she would be the primary carer. That's what I
I
think.
would see Quad telling her to move in because remember they were living with them when she was living with
Yeah.
Eugene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
Yeah,
asked
she.
but
what happened to the child's mom. I
I
don't
think
know.
something might
Maybe
have
we'll get
happened.
to see that in upcoming scenes. Um,
I
but
really sorry.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I really just hope that, um, I can understand that she wants to show a family side to her, but I don't want her to do what our other Monty is doing on Roa.
Oh, I don't think she's
I
gonna do that.
really hope, yeah, I just hope that Quad. I've always seen her to be a like a classy lady. I hope she keeps it classy with the child, because I didn't even like the fact that she asked him. It was like child cried on cue. That made me
Yeah, I thought that kind of was
uncomfortable. Like,
scary.
Yeah.
like immediately he cried on cue. Like the cameras were on them not even long, and the baby's already crying. The mum starts crying. They all start crying.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's an
It
emotional
was a lot.
thing. Your dad has died, but
No,
it
you know what?
scares me.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
be
want to
honest
feel
with you. I don't think it was on cue. I think when
okay.
you have a child, because unfortunately my son's father died, right? So
Oh, I'm
I
sorry to hear
think,
that.
yeah, I think what happens is, right, they don't know how to deal with their emotions, and especially he's only 6.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, one day your dad is here, the next day your dad is gone.
Right.
I felt like all of those tears from mom, from the little boy, and from Quad was authentic and real.
Yes, I believe that.
I didn't, and I don't even think that Quad is trying to use them for a storyline.
Storyline. No,
I
she's
think
not.
it was, I just felt 100% authentic. I just
Can I
really feel
can I
that
ask
way.
you guys a question? Sorry, Eva. Did she not adopt another child, or am I wrong?
That was the same little boy. He
Is
just
that
No,
got
that
true?
was a
Because I
rumor.
remember them having a
I
brand
think
new
that was
baby.
a rumor.
yeah, that's when he was a little boy, right? When he was a baby.
No, I do
Mhm.
remember that
I
story
do remember
that
hearing
he
that
was
too.
supposed
That
to.
was a
I
rumor.
don't know who that was and where that baby is, but we got to keep our ears to the ground. But before, let me go to Sin, or I think I miss you. How did you feel about that scene?
Is it on mute?
She might be. We're gonna move the curves. Curves, how did you feel?
I thought that, I mean, it's what is it, the year of Monty? I'm like,
Yeah.
what, her and Marlo meeting for lunch. Is she going to kick the little boy out in for 30
No.
minutes? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on? So I think that was an authentic cry. I'm not taking that away. It was an authentic cry, but it did seem like my girl said a little on cue. She could have talked to him about his schoolwork off camera if there was even a chance that he was going to break down like that. So that was not a requirement for the camera. So that's why I'm feeling like it was an authentic cry, but the timing seems exploited.
Yes,
A
that's
little
the
bit.
point I wanted to make.
I see what you're saying.
Because why is this the first meeting? Why are you bringing this up right now? Like you could have just been like, oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. They could have had a picnic in our fabulous backyard. You could have had a barbecue. Oh, and by the way, do you think that Dr. Heavenly is inspiring all these ladies to upgrade on their square footage? Because my girl is working with 14,000 square foot house off 7 acres that she
Oh
purchased.
yeah, Dr. Heavenly. Yeah, she's
Yes,
been raving about. She
Heavenly is
always reminds them.
14,000 square foot house on here. And so now we have Quad coming in, and also it's on Toya's wish list. So shout out to
Oh,
him.
But can I say
Toya,
something? Do you feel like
we
I
gonna
wanted to
get
we'll
see
to
talk about
Toya.
Toya.
We gonna get to Toya.
I wanted to
Because
see more of Quad's house. Did we see much of Quad's house? That was
No, we
unusual.
just saw the kitchen. We just saw the kitchen.
Yeah,
Quad's house is
I'm so
beautiful.
nosy. I wanted to see it all.
I'm guessing at some point we may get to see more Quad's house. Listen, I'm not mad at her, but listen, the overhead on that,
I'm
God bless her.
thinking.
14,000 square feet is a lot of home and all of them bathrooms, and who is cleaning up all of that?
That's
Diva,
my point.
what
I'm
job
not
does she
doing it.
have? What's her
Tom?
job? What does she do now? What does she do now?
Married to medicine.
No, she's
Yeah,
not no
married to
longer married to
medicine.
medicine.
But she
And I'm
Not
quite
married to
sure.
medicine.
I'm quite
And
sure she
Mr.
took that
Circle's
money
over.
and invested it well before, last season before she was a friend.
What did
And
she? What did she invest in? What money did she invest?
I don't know what she
I don't
invested
know.
into, but
She
it got to
also
be
works for
good.
Sister
Because I remember the
Circle as
doggy
And then she
thing,
was
and
on
that's
Sister
over.
Circle too, and
That
we got
cancelled.
that money too.
Oh
So
God, that's not
Well,
money.
we'll hope for the best for her. But let's go to Anelia. It took 3 years for her and the hubby to build this home.
oh God,
Ended up
Anila.
spending almost $3 million. And she's and he regrets building that house.
And I was
But
with him.
they're gearing up for their housewarming. And you know, the home, listen, the home is the home. It's a lot of home. It's beautiful. But even again with Anila, did we really need to do we need a home that big? I mean, I
No,
don't know.
no.
I think if she has a home that big, she needs land to match. I shouldn't be able to see my neighbor taking a shower in my 14,000 house.
The shade curve, the shade.
I
It's not
shouldn't.
shady. It's because Heavenly, she has more land than she has house.
Yeah, because see
Dr. Heavenly has
down here in
14 house.
Atlanta, you got. I mean, it's not that much land unless you go down to the southern counties or the northern counties. If you in the metro area, we barely have land down here. It's just like what you see is exactly what it is. Because the subdivisions,
Alimony.
So wait a minute, Miss Sharon said Quad probably still gets alimony.
and
You
that could be
think you
possible.
think you think he had that much money?
Dr. G, he did. I mean, well, he was a
He owns his own
psychiatrist, so
practice, so he has.
I mean,
money.
yeah,
they didn't live in a house like she lives now. Remember that old house was a normal,
yeah,
middle
it
class
was a
house.
Yeah,
normal
it was a
size.
regular house.
It
Suburban.
Yeah.
wasn't no 14 foot.
And then remember, she had the condo, so the condo wasn't that big. So it was a nice size for her, but it
I thought
wasn't.
that was I thought that was enough for her mum,
Yeah,
and her nephew, to be honest.
but she said it wasn't. So
It's crazy. So let's you know what, Toya and Eugene.
Toya called it a bullshit apartment. So
Yeah, yeah. Toya, let me tell you, those two together are a disaster in terms of financial reasons.
mhm.
You first of all, you went through. You would have thought that debt bill taught them a whole big lesson, right?
Yeah.
You went through where you had to work 99 hours out of a day, Eugene, just to pay the taxes back. You'll get 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds after you pay the tax bill, you're building $1 million home, and you was only in the home 3 seconds after you built it. And now you had to sell your home, and you moved down the block to rent a home, and you said that the previous home didn't have an elevator, but then you in the rented home with an elevator, but you telling your kid don't get on the elevator. This chick is crazy.
Yeah, I look. I have my problems with Toya every season, and the problems that I have with her are always the same. She always working that man to death. She cannot get her big behind out there and go and get a damn job. Why does Eugene have to pay for every bill that she makes? She talk about, oh, I used to be a teacher. Oh, I did this. And I don't believe the merit to medicine. Well, she should be getting a little bit, but my whole point is, like Diva said, you were just in this house. You just moved in a season before last. Now you talking about you want to get another one? Why? I don't understand.
I don't understand. Amy J, what do you think about this Toya situation, this house situation, and why is Eugene? He almost is a little mute too when it comes to her.
Oh my
Oh, but
God.
he got a little backbone though.
Yeah.
It is tragic. And I don't see it doing any, it's tragic. It's
I love
going-
that word. You know, I love that word.
If I see a plane going down and no one stopping, it's going straight to and it's going to explode. I don't know when it's going to explode, but that situation is the worst I've ever seen of keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Even when he's coming in the house late, even coming in his rental late, he tries to pour a glass of wine to show that he has money. Eugene, I don't believe you. You are house poor. You and your wife are living in a deluded reality. And y'all need to come to reality that you just don't have it.
Amy J, he tried to keep all the little bit that he got because his wife spent it every season or every day she spends the money. So the only thing he got is the expensive bottle of wine. So let's let him at least keep that.
No, but even he poured it out, he was like, "Let me get my wine." I was like, "Oh God, Eugene." He had you in this deluded sense of reality that everyone can see around you. You went to the Caribbeans to help those people, and you needed help. Your heart was busting out of your chest.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
To watch.
Toya is trying to kill
get
that
control
man.
over their finances. Period.
Period. Hold on one second, Canelo.
Go ahead,
Hold on one
baby.
second.
I'm sorry.
Curves, what you got about Toya and Eugene?
Okay, well, I don't think it's keeping up with the Joneses. Here I go, y'all. It's keeping up with the Heavenlies. It's keeping up with the Heavenlies because everything, her new house description is Heavenly's current house, you guys. 14,000 square feet, tennis courts, swimming pools, more land, more. And it all starts with a H and ends with Y and has M's in between. And then we have what? Where's Homegirl talking about the abusive husband? Where's she at? I didn't hear her because Eugene is being financially abused. If anything,
I said that.
She did say that, Kurt. She said that. She said it.
Oh, okay.
He
I
went
didn't
to
hear
a
the
country
voice.
trying to help people, and he was the one that needed some help.
Eugene is far more under threat than Dr. Daddy. And did you notice how the kids mentioned all the yelling all the time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toya's not happy, you guys.
But
Toya's
it's her fault, though. It is her fault. If she would stop making that man work himself to the grave, if she would get her behind up off her, if she would get off her duff and stop eating and talk about she want to go play tennis and go, to the drink wine and all this stuff, and give her a real job, because Married to Medicine, you get paid at the end of the season. You don't get paid during the season.
But how about this? It doesn't matter when you get paid. If you stop overspending, she would be fine. There was nothing wrong with that house that they built, except the fact that they couldn't afford it while they was building it. And now you're going to kill him. But the thing is, Eugene, we can't even feel sorry for you because you keep going in it over and over again. I would have told Toya, this is it. Put your foot down. Man up.
And you heard what Dr. Kieran told Anila. He said, this is probably forever home right here. Well, I can't say that. Well, if you can't say that, you better pack your ass and get up out of here. I'll find somebody else who would take it.
Isn't it interesting that the wives of Married to Medicine have in common the desire to live on a 2-doctor household income, but there's only one doctor in the house?
Thank you.
Yeah, but you do see with the women that are the doctors and the husbands are not. The husbands are not allowed to do what the wives do when the men are the doctors. So Dr. Simone and Bingy, they've got their men on check. Like Dr. I remember her saying that it's Dr. Who is it? Jackie, who is the richest one out of all of them. Heavily said Dr. Jackie. Everybody knows what Eugene makes. He's an ER doctor. So this keeping up the Joneses doesn't work because everybody knows how much your man gets paid. Like, stop doing that. Like, it's just wasting people's time. And in reality, Dr. Jackie has all the money. Like, she's the one because she's got the books, she's got the businesses, she owns her property in which she, where her clinic is. So she makes a lot of money. But I realized that when it's the men that are the doctors, they can't control their wives. But when the women are the doctors and their husbands are the ones that are doing, relatively stay-at-home dads or regular jobs, they're not, well, doing
let me tell you who's not foolish. Dr. Contessa hasn't moved yet.
But they both
she was gonna move when they was getting a divorce last year, but then Scott said take the house off the market.
Because you know what? Because Scott realized he didn't want to be Martell from a Love and Marriage Huntsville. He realized that, because now Martell is backtracking, right? Martell he's realizing that, the grass wasn't really greener on the other side. So I think that they got into a rut, Dr. Contessa and her husband, and they found their way back, and I'm not mad at them. Somebody said that they made $1 million on that home. Well, it doesn't. They could make $3 million, and they're going to spend it before they even get the check. They do not make financial sense together. They do not at all.
I'm gonna say is Toya, because Eugene is a softie. He gives in. He remember when they moved out that first house and he put his foot down and said, we're living in our biggest bill right here. So they downsized, but then you get Toya, I'm going to have to get us something bigger because this is not good enough. And he was like, well, how come this is not good enough? We're still in a financial rut. Soon as they get out of it, what she do? Now, she wants to pretend to us that, we're going to make sure we make the responsible, decisions. We're not going to go over budget. Now, she wanted to make it seem like he was the one that was going over budget, but she was the one that was putting this humongous closet in her home, a 2-story closet, may I add. And how much that costed? Wasn't that almost like $10,000, maybe $20,000?
It's a mess.
I want to
It's
know, does
Mhm.
Toya really love Eugene? Because if you love someone, you don't work them to death like she does. I feel like she wants him out of the house. She
I,
likes the fact that he's a doctor and that she gives him status that she normally wouldn't have. But I don't believe she loves that man. Because
Right.
if you love anybody, you would not work them like that.
She
Last
loves
season,
the lifestyle.
yeah,
I
but the
think she
thing
loves
Yeah,
is,
whoever
she
said
just
that she loves it. I think she does love him, but I think also what she loves more is the fame and the pretending,
mm,
like they got it like that, and like she could be a true housewife and
Yeah.
just live off the land. And then she wants these extravagant homes that they just can't simply afford.
Right.
But the thing
that's
is, one
it.
thing I don't understand about Toya is that she never looks good. She never looks happy. She never looks good. Like her fashions are horrible. She wears the same like Walmart clothes that I've seen her for the last 9 seasons. Like she never looks good. I've never seen her in an episode. She showed us a walk-in closet. I've never seen her in an episode where she's come to an event. I thought, oh my god, Toya looks good. She's a
Exactly.
beautiful woman. That's the easy. Like she's a beautiful woman, but I've
Oh
never
yes,
seen
Toya
her
is good.
looking good. So
You don't
where's
need
she
two
spending this
floors for the
money?
clothes that she's wearing.
Okay, so wait a minute, guys. So Manila Poppin said, "Don't be fooled. Dr. Eugene wants the lifestyle as much as Toya. I start giving him a pass after this last stunt. You know what? I may have
Yeah.
to lean in that direction.
But see,
I
I'm
may
gonna
have
say
to lean
this.
in that direction.
I'm about to say this. The only reason why I only give him the pass is because, well,
He
hell,
does
it's
the
his
work.
money. It's his money. So you know what?
And
Kill
he does the
yourself,
work.
Eugene. I mean,
Yeah.
No,
Toya don't want you,
okay.
so
Steve Rich said Eugene needs to put his foot down. I don't think Eugene knows how. He's
he
another
did it
one.
one
He
time.
needs
He
to
did it
find
one
his
time.
way.
He
Once now, but they
once.
still broke again. Toya should get some promotion business with Patreon for extra dollars. She need to do something. She need to do something because
Did you see?
she's
Do you
messy.
You know
did you
what?
read the
She needs
super
to be
chat where
nice.
Anila had her stuff sponsored?
Yeah.
The five
Yeah,
hundred
she sure
thousand worth
did.
of
She sure did.
furniture was given to
Yep.
them through her influencer job that we
And
laughed about. I
yeah,
did.
and Heavenly laughed at her last season talking about she
I
don't know
did.
what Mila did for. Well,
Who
I
is that? Wait, hold on one second, Camilo. I hear feedback. I don't know who
oh,
that is.
that's me. Hold on. Hold on
Okay.
one second.
Yeah, okay. So wait a minute. I'll give it to Anila, right? Now that was impressive. She furnished that entire home off
Mm.
her blogging business. And at the very least, her husband could give her that, right? And Toya, what are you doing to help with this lifestyle that you want? And
Nothing.
I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, taking care of that much property, it's gonna suck your money dry.
Yeah.
Who's
Exactly.
coming to cut this grass? Who's coming to clean up these grounds? Who's coming to clean that house in those 19 bedrooms? It's just too much. Where at least with Dr. Heavenly, one, she's a doctor. Two, she has other ventures, right? She has
Mhm.
her beauty supply store, all of that. No, they're doing too much to her. But go ahead. Who
But
was
with
gonna speak?
Heavenly, they're both doctors. So even without any side businesses, they're both bringing in an income that is a good income, both of them at the same
Yes.
time. She's got her dental
Dr.
practice,
Daddy.
And in
which
my
she
opinion, I think they
owns.
live
She
within their
owns her
means.
dentist practice.
It was
Right.
Carlos. He's over there taking tape and taping a box.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I told him let me know when he gonna do it so I can mute it so y'all won't hear
Okay. No problem. So yeah, Toya, I think the consensus is Toya is off her rocker. She's crazy. Yeah, she
it.
needs to, but you know what? We gotta give some of this to Eugene. Put
Eugene,
your
yeah,
foot down. Stop
yeah.
her.
Oh, I got
Control
something to
your
tell y'all
life.
about. I got
Yeah.
something to tell y'all about Eugene. Did y'all hear that he was working at this hospital down here at Grady Memorial Hospital? Did y'all remember hearing that? I think it was either last season or the season before.
I don't
Because
know.
I go there and I asked around about him and nobody knows him.
He's
Oh.
working somewhere though.
He working
He
somewhere,
is
but I don't know
he's
if
a
he's
director now because remember he got a promotion as the
that's
director.
that's why I was asking because I asked my doctor because I told her she knows that I do reality reviews and I told her there's a doctor that's here that I watch.
Well, Toya
And
was. Someone asked the question. Can Toya she has a degree? She was a pharmaceutical
teacher.
rep.
Oh, was she not a teacher as well?
No, she was a pharmaceutical rep. Her and Quad were pharmaceutical rep. She can go back to that. I just think that she wants to be able
No,
to.
I think in Detroit she was a math teacher. Remember, she was homeschooling her kids, and they were laughing at her because she couldn't answer some of the basic questions, and they were like, "Weren't you a teacher, Mom?"
Oh, please do not get me started on that whole scene because she got on my nerves last season with that. Let's not even talk about that. I dragged her for filth.
Okay, wait a minute, Canelo. So Sin is saying they're building financial wealth for their children. Who is Sin?
Who is?
Man, who?
The way
Who?
she said it.
Because Eugene and Toya kids, they're gonna have to give money to their parents because their parents they puffing the money out the window. They puffing the money out the window. So Dr. Hebney has been in her home at least 15 years. It was a 30-year mortgage. I'm sure it's nearly paid off, paying towards the principal and other. She loves finance. Oh, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Daddy, I'm not concerned about.
Because
Not
they
for
got
1 minute.
They're
Yeah,
They're
I'm not
responsible.
concerned for 1 minute. I'm very concerned. Matter of fact, I'm not concerned financially for any other couple except Toya and Eugene. And that man, if something happens to him, she's going to
got
be
life insurance on him.
penniless.
Oh my
I
God.
feel like she's got a good life insurance on him.
Oh yeah, I'm quite sure. That's probably why she working him to death and keep him in the hospitals so he can just kill over. And she's
I'm
like,
telling
"Oh,
you,
I'm fine. I
she's
got my
taking the
money."
plugs out. Do not
Oh my
resuscitate.
That's a lot, Canelo.
I'm just saying, Curse, you don't think that's true?
That is smart. I mean, I don't think she's that smart.
Oh, okay. Well, we all think she's smart, but hey, Amy J just said it. She probably did. We don't know. She probably took his hand and just read it, assigned the thing while he was asleep and sent it on in. The policy is probably there. We don't know.
I'm telling you,
I
You know what? I really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think in her own cryptic way, she loves her husband.
Yeah.
But I think she has lost her mind. When they turned on those cameras, she lost her natural mind.
Yeah.
And she wants to be, I live in this big house. We got all this money. In the meantime, I bet you Simone and them have to bring her food off season. This
Listen, I'm poor, right? I'm poor. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't got the money they have. But if I had 9 seasons on a reality show, getting at least $250,000 a year, I would have more than just a rental. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
She has to.
Especially when the rental's 10,000. They said it was 10,000 a month.
Hey, listen, I'm not renting.
That's a money pit.
$10,000. That's ridiculous. You just need to get a mortgage.
And you're paying that because the house is not going to be ready until 2023. That's what I'm saying. They're so stupid. They puff money out the windows. And remember, she also had the kids in this ridiculously high school that I think was $30K a year or something like that. She's delusional. She's delusional. Yeah. She thinks they're wielding Jada or something. She's delusional. but Eugene, we got to put this on his back. You letting her do it.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Like I feel like you guys are right in the sense he wants the trophy wife, he wants the big house, he wants the holidays. But at the same time, he said, do you know what he said? He said, do you know how loud it is in the ER? I want a bit of peace and quiet. I felt so bad for him.
See, the thing is, I mean, Toya could at least make it a little bit easier for him. Like, he's the only one that's working. Yes, I get everything we're all saying in the commenter that said, we got to put it on Eugene too. However, Toya can make it easy. She can go out there and get a job. She could put it, she could put some money down on this, on that, whatever she needs to do. But Toya doesn't want to do that. She's trying to keep up with Mariah. Heavenly. She's trying to keep up with Quad. That's why her and Quad ain't talking no more. She's trying to outdo them, but she's getting outdone. And I promise y'all, next season we're gonna be hearing about them going bankrupt yet again.
Owing some tax money. Okay, so Rich said, go ahead, I'm sorry.
But you hear the other girls, Mariah, she was a business. She does a lot of business. She created Married to Medicine. She has a business app. So she's constantly bringing in money. You have people like Quad, who's constantly finding ways to make money. Toya, you have to find ways to make money. You
Yeah,
can't
you
just
do.
leave it
I
all
mean,
in.
she's got all that ass. Why can't she go on Instagram and just,
You
she
can have
can be
an
an
OnlyFans.
influencer. Come on.
You can have an
Women
OnlyFans
pay for her body.
I cannot with
Women pay for
y'all.
her
from the
body.
neck
I'm
up.
telling
You can
you,
have
people
a
pay for
neck
her
down
body.
OnlyFans, and we would never know.
As I said, if I was in her
Oh,
position,
girl, they
pay
will
for it.
find out. I
after
promise you, they
9
will find
years
out.
of
If
being on
Toya was on
reality
OnlyFans,
TV,
I'll pay for it.
she could
But
literally open a boutique and not
she
her
needs to
house
do
and make
something.
sell clothes.
To what?
Yeah.
To resell her Walmart gear?
That's what
Yeah,
I said.
Oh my
Instead of
God.
that
But
Walmart
Walmart
you
gift
know,
fashion.
you
card,
know
See,
what?
I
Here's
roll
the
for
thing,
that.
guys. Hold on one second. Here's the thing, right? After all the years that she has been on this show,
9
around
years.
these other ladies, you mean to tell me at this point she has no other venture? Her only
Nope.
thing is spending every single dime that they have and acting as if she can truly be a housewife by playing tennis and riding around in that golf cart. How do you go from being in the neighborhood, owning a property in the neighborhood, to now you're renting one in the neighborhood? Come
I'm
on. You
gonna
could
say
have
this.
taken those kids and putting those kids in the public school and maybe stayed in your home.
I'm gonna say
Make
this.
it make sense.
Anila is making her look so dumb, and Anila only been on here one season. Anila may not bring in a lot of money, but she's out there working. She's out there making sure if she's gonna stay in that house they just built, she's gonna put some stuff in there. She went and got her furniture for free. All that furniture was in there for free. Toya, oh, I need to go and shop for my stuff. I need to go and make sure all my stuff is custom made. Custom
Remember,
made with what money? I'm just
oh
saying.
God. Remember she had she had a 2-floor bag closet. Do you remember the closet was 2 floors?
Yeah,
Do you know
that's
how
what I
outrageous that is?
Stories. She had to have one higher than Dr. Heavenly had two. So she had her house made with 3 stories, remember?
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
she
Yeah.
didn't need that
All
many
right, guys,
stores.
let's move on to this party. The housewarming at Anila's house, and she asked them all to dress, in the cultural clothing. Dr. Contessa did not Dr. Contessa did not get the assignment.
Baby, she did not.
Yeah.
She cut it up. She ripped it up.
What did she have on? What was
Some
it?
Egyptian stuff that
Khaki,
came from Party
Toya.
City, like Anila said.
That was no Egyptian. That was Party
She,
City.
She did say it came from Party City, but
That's
she
what
said
I'm
it like
saying. She
Egyptian.
was right with the Party City.
Anila
I
said
don't know
that.
what that was. I was like,
It was
Contessa.
horrible.
Oh my God.
For someone with her figure to look bad, it's hard.
It,
That was
It's not
horrible.
easy.
And
it was
I don't know how she
horrible.
managed
not
it.
like Contessa. Scott is still upset, you guys. He's still upset with Contessa. They are using Dr. Heavenly for a storyline because if he was really trying to work it out, going to counseling like they're pretending, he would have told
Yeah.
his wife the truth that she looked like a fool in that outfit. And he would have said, baby, go take those gold strings off your forehead. I love you, but I can't let you leave the house. But he does not like her, and he let her leave in that outfit. And then he pumped her up, you guys. Remember they were getting dressed, and he's like, "Oh yeah, if somebody come to my house in a dashiki, I'm whooping their ass." So
He sure did. He sure did.
he's so mad, y'all. He's mad.
Oh
Listen,
my
And
God.
Dan's Contessa looked even worse. Did you see what he had on his head?
Yeah, listen, but hey, listen though, he's trying to get back in good with his wife. So,
He
he
should have
got
said
to
the
tell her.
truth, Diva. I'm gonna get you like you get me. He should have told her the truth. He should have never let her walk out that house with that guy, that cap on.
Did he
Well, I
just
tried,
that
y'all.
night?
I
That's when he
tried.
be brutally
I
honest that
tried.
night.
Yeah, I
Listen,
tried.
they
But
both
it
looked
was,
a
but
mess.
Anila got that off. She said the Party City outfit. They looked a mess. And let's back up because I left out this scene real quick because Contessa is going to be in a fitness competition or whatever. The other thing with Contessa, you got a family and she be doing the most. You're a
Thank you.
doctor. It's a lot. And I'm noticing it's a lot about me, 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 me. Your
Are you going
marriage
to
is
support
in,
me?
right.
That's her
Yeah,
favorite line.
her favorite line, right? Her marriage is in a crisis right now. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to do anything, but your marriage is in a crisis. One year you couldn't find no school within the state to go to get this other degree. You had to go out of state. Who does that when they have a family with kids? I don't know, right? Okay, so you did that one year. It's every year she's doing something for self. Now this year she's practicing or working out to be this fitness model, to do this fitness competition. You're open to practice together. Contessa, give it a minute. Tend to your man.
Look, now y'all know when she moved up to Tennessee, there was some rumors came out that they were split. No, it wasn't no rumors. I think Dr. Heavenly said that they were split up at the time, and it came out at the reunion that her and Scott was seeing how it felt to live apart. That's why she went to school up in Tennessee. And I'm like, Contessa.
I feel what I don't care if we needed to be apart, Canelo. Guess what? I'm not going to go nowhere and be separated from my baby.
Children.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that.
I honestly
think
believe
that was the first decision she made, in my opinion, that season when she decided to go to Tennessee for school. I just don't. You make those decisions when there's no kids and no responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
You can travel and see each other, but you have like a whole family and you're still moving like you can just do any and everything. And you know your family is not straight.
Oh yeah, you guys remember that they opened up the 2 clinics.
And then back to the other comment from beginning when somebody said they feel like Contessa has fake storylines, and that's because it feels like she's spinning a prize wheel, and she's like, "Go be an attorney general in Tennessee. Go be a fitness model. Argue with Scott.
She's in a general in Russia. She wants to. She's
just trying for too hard. Like it's like her producer comes to her with straws every season, and it's like, okay, pick the straws, and she's like, damn, I got a fitness model. I'm supposed to be fighting with Scott.
I don't know. Ryan back. They got Ryan, and we got people doing this. Come on.
I feel like sometimes when one person in the relationship's not happy, they want something else to focus on. So with Toya, I don't think she's happy with Eugene. So it's always a house project. Like I have to every other year, every other day, I need to, I need to create a project. And for Contessa, I think she needs to be out the house, seeing Scott and being around him, and he's just content with his lifestyle. He's happy with what he has. He just wants to be, come home, open up a beer, watch TV. And as an A-type personality, she can't stand it. So for her, she needs to come up with these projects to keep herself going.
You might be on to something that makes there, but wait. So Lisa B says Scott is an angry bird. Do y'all think Scott?
Yeah. Did you not see last season? No, what's the season? Yeah, last season when he told Contessa to go go do some work because you obviously don't want to do anything around the house. When it slammed that door, I was like, bro, don't we got some anger issues?
He does.
Yeah, because she was leaving.
But I feel like she's the type of woman that would make me
living out this attorney general dream.
That's what I'm saying.
What's that about?
She's trying to emasculate him. That's what I think, and it's not nice to watch.
Yeah, me and my friend
Scott. Is that what you're saying? She's trying to emasculate Scott or Eugene? Who's what?
She's trying to make him into the wife in regards to the household. You leave your whole family to become an attorney general. What are you doing?
She her and her best friend treat their husbands horribly. Have you seen her other best friend that was in
I know in LA.
And she kept moving away from her husband as well.
Yes.
To LA and left him in and he was a stay-at-home husband.
I forgot about that. They are 2 birds of a feather. No wonder
they are. They are. So Lucas, are you saying that Contessa and Scott, they both gaslight each other? They're getting hard to watch. It just seems like I feel like they're not connected. It's going to be interesting. And for her to go in the confessional and say that she's getting fit just in case she got to leave. Now you're making a mockery of your marriage. Are you going to counseling and trying to keep this thing together, or do you want to leave? Like,
too soon.
That's what happens when you got fake storylines. You can't remember the lies. You got to keep straight.
I don't believe they're in a
Well, there
relationship.
you
I
go.
feel like they might have
Mm.
had some issues, small issues, and then when they were forced to create a bigger one for the storyline, everything else boiled up. You know how like you have some issues with your friends or in a relationship that are not big deals, but if you put a magnifying glass on it, it can be bigger than what it is. So I think they created a monster with the fake storyline thing, and then they
Yeah,
really
that was
started
really
having
good.
emotions behind it.
Wow.
It's
It's a
never gonna get away
possibility.
from them.
So we gotta address this piece of it. How Dr. Contessa refuses. She's done with Dr. Heavenly for right now. Because Dr. Heavenly said her marriage was fake. That she was in an abusive marriage. She's done. She doesn't. She has no words for Heavenly, and they used to speak every day.
I'm gonna say this. I
Dr. Heavenly
mean,
never called it fake.
who?
Dr.
Yeah,
Heavenly
she
didn't call
didn't.
her marriage
No,
fake.
she never said it was fake. She just said she believed that
He was
every
violent.
she's been
She
abused
asked. She
emotional
answered the
and
question about the abuse. Yeah.
yeah, she never said it was fake, but she did say she think they faked their storylines because I was in that live when she said that.
Yeah,
I
they
remember
do
she
But
fake
said
do
the
you
that.
not
storyline.
remember
That's
No,
not
when
that's
fair.
Contessa
It's
came
crossing
on
the
her
line.
YouTube
Crossing
platform?
it.
Like, if you hate it so much that, if for example, me and Diva were friends, and I really hated the fact that Diva discusses my relationship or about all my problems with my husband or my family, if I hated it so much, why would I accept an invitation from Diva to come on the show
yeah,
and
that's
then
what I
discuss
said.
said marriage? The exact
Hello,
marriage I don't want Diva to discuss, I come on your show to start discussing it.
hello.
I
I
think it was
mean,
more so she was trying to control the narrative. At
yeah,
this
Mhm.
point, at this point, Dr. Heavenly, because of this YouTube channel, she's been
she
more
Which is
expressive
fabulous, by the way.
yes. I
on,
Busting
love it.
on
on
I
YouTube.
love it.
YouTube.
She
That is
makes me
to be
laugh.
determined.
That
Okay.
woman makes me
You know, I
laugh.
feel
I
about the
feel like
Dr. Boy
100K
Bros.
followers is not enough
Um,
for her. She deserves more.
No, but I'll say, but when it comes to Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel, I don't particularly like her the way she does her news and how she conveys what she feels. At times it can be a little too harsh. And I'm a Wendy watcher, but I feel like with Dr. Heavenly, when it comes to her friends and her co-workers, she needs to think twice about what she says. Now you can run down on Martell all day. I enjoy that. But when you running but when you running down on your coworkers and your actual friends, and then you say to them, "Well, don't be mad at me." Like, come on, you got to
Yeah,
be
You
Remember
can't
and
do
when
you
that.
got and you got to come on camera with these people in the next 5 months and shoot for 6 months with them, and you don't think they're gonna say anything. This is why what happened at the end of the show is gonna be coming up soon.
but Kalilo, that's what she's doing is promoting the show. This is
She
how you get yourself
is,
We'll
cancelled.
talk about you
but
and Daddy then.
the
Married to
bad thing
Medicine
about
LA
it,
got
Talk about you
cancelled
and your
because
music.
nobody was
Nobody
ever talking
understand.
about them.
but the bad thing about it is she may be promoting the show, but she's breaking up friendships as she's going
Yes.
because and you
Toya
got to
used to
think,
come on
Toya's
live
not a
because of
friend.
her.
and you see how
Toya's
nobody
not
Diva
a
want to talk
came
to
on
friend.
Toya.
live because of
You
her.
guys are so
They
ridiculous.
created
You
Okay, so
drama.
hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, because we can't hear everybody. But I will say this. I add this, and then I'll go down the line. What she's doing is she called herself an intervention. Okay, an intervention is coming up. An intervention is coming up because she's pissing people off.
oh,
So wait,
Mhm.
hold on 1 second, Canelo. So
go
Kurt,
ahead.
go ahead and say what you gotta say.
What's really about to happen is they're going to try to Mariah Huck her ass. They're going to do that to her. Remember when Mariah Huck, they decided they had pretend problems with Mariah, where she was
Mhm.
oh too uppity, she was oh too big. She acted like she created a show that she created. Remember they had all these problems with her? Remember all she did was like do what she was there to do, and they had all these issues with her. Oh my, oh my. She had an assignment and she did it so well, and they were like, oh my. Oh my, and the haters came out and they had to get Mariah Huck her. So now they're trying to Mariah Huck Dr. Heavenly. And unfortunately, though, Dr. Heavenly only has the truth to stand on. And in this crowd, it doesn't seem the truth matters. It seems like we got a lot of 40. I mean, did January 6th, who's the president? I mean, what the hell is going on?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Now you know.
People are not wanting the truth to be the
We're
truth.
not gonna go over a fight over Dr. Bullfrog. I'm not gonna dislike you over Dr. Bullfrog.
Who's that? I wasn't done talking. So a lot of people are not like letting the truth. What's the problem?
Because it's killing me.
That's what I don't understand. She answered the question truthfully. She said what she said truthfully. She said what our eyes saw truthfully. She didn't glaze over it, but she never does. So she's been in integrity with the character that we've seen the whole time. Not to mention the fact that she knows the assignment and understands it well. And now all these ladies, these heifers, who go
Big time heifers.
yes, I'm going to the heiferism because these heifers go on their own lives. They have
Just
all
to attack her.
where they
Yes.
dread heaven,
Drag her.
drag
Drag daddy.
her, call her everything but a child of the Lord Jesus, and then let their husbands get in on it. And Dr. Heavenly
Sassy.
still has
Sassy
never
husband.
gone as low as they've gone.
No,
What
he-
Daddy would never.
she said that people are like, oh, she said your mama. She said your mama. So what, your mama? Whatever. And the person is off now. And then she can take it. I don't know. That other person said that she can't even take it. No, she can
can.
take
She
it
can.
fine. She just does not respond to bullshit and lies the same way that other people do. What she responds to is truth and facts. And if you're not coming with those, then she gets a little dumbfounded. And she's like, well, I don't know how to. Where are the receipts then, Mariah? Where
Remember,
are
I
with
got
the-
Okay,
my
so wait,
receipt.
so hold on, everybody. So, Amy J, what do you have to say about that rant from Curve?
I always ran. I love you guys.
Herb, I love you, friend. I will not fight over you over anything with Dr. Bullfrog. She is who she is. And she will be dealt with accordingly by her friends and co-workers. And I'll be watching with glee. Sometimes you just gotta take it's never fun when the rabbit gets the gun, but sometimes you just gotta take it. And that's how I feel about it. I don't care about truth telling, then she should be able to take it when someone tells her you're going too far. That is all.
Okay, Amy J, thank you. So, MH, what do you want to have to add to this conversation?
What I want to know about this intervention is, are they, what, the thing is, I'm trying to look at the friendship dynamics. Who's going to be Team Heavenly? Because with Mariah, she alienated her best friend, which was Quad, and that led to everybody else eventually siding with Quad. And that's the thing about Mariah. She could never make up with Quad in a way where they could get back to being friends and they could attack people together. She always, her ego would not allow her to do it. But with Heavenly, I feel like she's got enough relationships in the group where they won't be able. Contessa's not enough of an opponent for her to be Mariah. I don't think that's going to happen. What do you guys think?
I think they're all
I
gonna
hope
separate
not.
tools.
But they're going for it.
I think they're
But
all
I just don't think it's
but
possible.
she'll survive it. Bullfrog will
She can
survive
take
it.
it. She can
Because
take it.
I was gonna, because what I'm gonna say is, have y'all noticed that Heavenly and Jackie have not spoken this? Had a scene together this episode.
Yeah,
And
they
it-
haven't.
Yeah.
They talk
I
to
mean-
RL every day a number of times, so they're fine.
Are you sure, Curves? You
That's
sure?
what
Oh, Kurt,
Yeah,
Kurt
they're
said
very
fine.
close.
Kurt said they're fine.
They're close.
No, to be honest, really though, even though I'm making fun of Dr. Heavenly, if she's going to be attacked, it's warranted because of what she's doing. Even if it's truth telling, like some of you all are saying, she's still mean spirited, and that needs to be addressed. It's been
Well,
something
is it-
that-
okay.
Now,
So
I totally
also
agree.
on the body shaming, they body shame her constantly. They talk trash about her constantly.
and she does it
They
too.
don't give her. They tell
And they
her.
look
She
down
did
at her
that. She
because
talked.
she's
She
a
did that
dentist.
about Jackie. We
They
got
act like
to be
only
truthful.
getting
They talk
something
down
that
to her
calls
because
you a
she's a
dentist
dentist.
doesn't matter.
Yes.
They do
They
all
talk
kinds of
down to
stuff.
her.
It's worth
Everybody
it.
does. Now we got to be truthful. She did that to Jackie. She said Jackie
It's
needs to go gain some weight, and she talked about who else did she call fat? Because she
She
was
grew
somebody
a
else she called
face,
fat
a
on the show.
mustache.
Yeah, she'll call herself
Mariah's
that.
picture.
No, she called Jackie
They
skinny.
do. That's what S Lover's saying. They attack each other.
They
So
do.
why
Mm.
would they only
Y'all are
attack
like
each
really
other?
like
I
Here's the
feel
thing.
like a lot of the problems Dr. Heavenly has with her, why can't they start up a YouTube channel? Because nobody wants to hear from them. Nobody's ever going to
Exactly.
subscribe to them. Nobody's ever going to like or
Nobody-
click. She's selling out her friends for likes and clicks. You wish you could, Toya.
Right.
You wish you
But
could.
the person that she needs to
So
sell
wait,
out the
hold
most
on,
is
hold on, Canelo. Girlfriends, yes, we did, and we gotta give it to Anelia, right? She's the newest kid on the block, and she's still surpassing Toya. Toya is being left in the dust. She is missing the assignment. She needs to do more to earn more money besides just her check that she's getting from Married to Medicine. So Toya gets an F. She gets an F.
very much.
Yeah.
And she's taking her and her husband down in the gutter. He can't even, his heart rate is always going to be high because she is killing him softly.
Let's be honest. At least she's not like Lisa, the scammer that had her and
Oh
her
my
husband
God,
in
let's not
TV
even talk
over
about
COVID
her.
death. Like that was at least Eugene's earning an honest living.
Oh my
Well,
God,
who did you say?
Lisa.
Remember Lisa from last year? The
Let's
freaking
not talk
scammer.
about
At least
Lisa.
Toya didn't sit her fat ass at home.
Because see,
They were on
Lisa
the
was
news.
another one that came on the show and lied about her lifestyle.
Yeah.
Now the funny
And
thing
attack
is,
Dr. Heavenly.
now the funny thing is, she tells the whole world that she loves being pregnant. That's when her and Dr. Darren was the best. But yet Dr. Darren out here is giving his sausage to everybody, women, men, and probably something else. And she gonna talk about, I'm simply, no, my man isn't cheating. But then she catch the man cheating, and then she wants to cuss him out. But then they're still together.
Yeah, she's kind of
She was a scammer from. How can you scam people over
Really?
COVID? Like during COVID, who does that? What kind of sick woman will use a pandemic, a global pandemic, to scam people?
But y'all know what? I live here in
Hard,
Georgia.
work hard. Is that
I
what
did not see that story until it came up on the show. I did not even know about that, because y'all know I would have drugged her because I can't stand Lisa Nicole. I would have drugged her, and I think I did. I think I drugged her because I can't stand her. Because she is so pretentious. She comes on the show, makes it seem like she lives this lavish life.
Remember, she was a fashion designer.
Well, I think she is. No, she is a fashion designer, but the thing is, ain't nobody looking for her fashions. That's the problem. She ain't getting paid. The only thing she's living off of is her husband check, and he's giving it to anybody that besides
No,
her.
I don't think she is, Canilla.
Oh,
I
but you
mean,
think
if she actually has money,
wait,
Lisa Nicole, I mean, whatever venture she is doing, and she threw a lot of shade last season when she was on, when they was talking about her, because she said if you actually Google everybody's net worth out of all the ladies, she said she was the one that was making the most money out of all of them.
Let's find out right now. We
Okay, go ahead.
We finna do this live. And I don't want her to come back and talk about, y'all look at my network. You told us to do it, so guess what? Lisa Nicole.
And I agree with her, Royer.
Lisa Nicole.
The only person that
McLeod
was Toya.
Wait, say that again?
I was saying the only person that Dr. Heavenly really has gone in on and like disrespected is Toya.
Because she said she does not
other
respect
ladies
Toya.
have disrespected her without reason. And
but
Toya
has
a reason to be mad. But the other ladies, like Dr. Simone getting on her live with Carrie and Lisa and saying
that
things
was so lame.
last year, they did like at least 5 different lives, you guys, and said horrible things.
No,
but they're mad that Dr. Heavenly's like all the gas in the room where nobody light a match because the gas.
Nobody was even watching them on their live. They had 5 people.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna put down everybody's net worth, and we're gonna.
Okay, let's hear these net worths. Go ahead, Canilla.
Okay, we're gonna start with Lisa Nicole. Now, remember, she said, let's Google everybody's and find out what she'll be the highest worth. So I'm gonna do Dr. Heavenly next, but so far Lisa Nicole is worth $8 million, which is still good. It's still good, but let's see what Dr. Jackie's worth. If she what net worth? Okay, Dr. Jackie is. Oh damn! You didn't want to tell us, Dr. Jackie? Okay, Anila is 1 million. Todd is on 1.5 million.
In a 14,000 square foot home. But go ahead.
Dr. Jackie 3 million.
Okay.
Dr. Contessa 3.5 million. Dr. Simone 3.5.
Mhm.
Oh, I know, like hell, this is wrong. Toya Bush 4 million.
Mhm.
I know that y'all lied. That is
What's
Maybe
Dr. Heavenly?
Camilla. Hold on one second. Maybe it was because of her property that she
oh
owned
That's
at
the
okay.
the
thing.
time. It could not be up there.
Okay.
It
I
could
was
Maybe
be
this
just
her
house
gonna say,
flipping
I
property.
was just
stuff
gonna
makes
say
her
because
money.
we know that's Eugene's money. It
Okay.
ain't
But
hers.
go ahead, continue on. So far, like Lisa Nicole said, she got more money
Oh,
than
we didn't
all
say
of them
Dr.
on there.
Heavenly. How much is Dr.
Dr.
Heavenly?
Dr. Heavenly is 4 million and Mariah is 4
Lies,
million.
lies,
Oh,
lies,
come on.
lies,
Come on.
lies,
Lisa Nicole said
lies,
it.
Well,
She
she
said
did.
it.
lies.
I can't lie.
See,
She
let me
did.
say something.
She
Let me
did.
say this. We may not like her clothing line, but she did have that clothing line for a long time, and she had it before she even came on
Oh,
Married to Medicine.
Okay.
well, she ain't lying. She did. She did
She
say
said it.
she.
So she said they can talk about me all they want, but she said if you pull the net worths, I'm worth more than all of them.
And she ain't
So
lying. No, I just read it to all y'all. I just read everything. And
yeah,
this
But I
is
don't
recent.
really believe
This
her.
is This is recent.
you don't have to believe her, but it's on. It was Google. We verified it. You don't gotta
Yep.
believe her.
All of
It,
this is recent.
it is what it is. Lazy Latoya had them kids to secure her bag and work the double
Oh
Yeah, she's so selfish.
and work
I'm
the
just
double
saying.
out of her husband and don't care about nobody but herself. You know
Thank you.
what?
Right?
All of them, you ain't lying. You ain't
Yeah.
lying.
And if he brings it up, then she's gonna say, "Oh, she's depressed," or "Oh, something this," or "Oh, something that," so that the
Did you
focus
guys?
still doesn't have to be on anything that he's feeling. It's gonna be, "Oh, poor her."
Do you guys
Did you see
remember
when they
when she?
asked the producers asked him the question? Why did he refused to answer the question? Why did you move out this apartment? Why are you guys moving again? He's. I feel like he's scared to talk himself, like
No, he's
about the
not
house
scared to
moving.
talk. He's embarrassed. He's
Yeah.
Yes, that's
embarrassed
it. That's it.
because
Yes, yes,
what
yes,
I
yes.
wanted, I forgot who said it. Somebody said the reason why they moved out the house is because they couldn't afford it.
They couldn't.
Um, and I wholeheartedly, with every fiber in my being, believe that. Because remember, as she was building it, she didn't have enough money for the pool or something like that.
No,
Remember,
she
they
didn't.
said she took out another loan, a side
Yes,
Mm.
loan,
against a personal loan.
a
Mm-hmm.
personal
On
loan,
yes.
just to do the pool. So they
And
didn't have the money to even get in there. So I
Mm,
didn't even know how long did they live in there, like 2.2 seconds.
probably
it
One
less
was
than
okay.
2
They
months.
moved in right before the pandemic, and they were so it was totally probably like 2 years. They were actually in there because they moved in at the end of the season because we're on season 9. So they moved in at the end of season 7. Season 8, they was in there the whole year. So they moved out probably at the end of the season because I think I remember an article here saying that she put it up sometime last year after the reunion.
I
Yeah.
think the biggest
But I
tell.
want to ask you guys a question. How can they? Okay, so we're saying that they can't afford this house that they built themselves, but how can you not afford to maintain a house, but you can, but you're paying 10,000 a month for the equivalent
Baby, the
Well,
house
see,
OT.
in
here's
the
the
same
thing,
area?
because I think that their mortgage probably was more than that. I'm sure the tax, I don't know what the taxes are like on that home, but in addition to
Mm.
that, right? She took out a personal loan because I think Quad
Yeah.
had brought this
Quad
up,
told
right?
us. Yep.
For
Quad said it.
$100,000 just for the pool. So probably when they went and sold the house, they was able to pay off some of these past bills, and then they still don't get it. They had some money left, so now she's going to go purchase, and she probably is getting that land that they purchased is probably in a more economical neighborhood or area than this development
They
that they're
said
currently
that.
in.
Because see, they probably was over
I've
here in
heard that.
Buckhead, and because they are in Buckhead because that's where they said Anila
Phil.
was now. So they're over in the Buckhead area, and that's like almost the Beverly Hills of Atlanta. And that area over there is very expensive. So
Yeah.
she can't
Where's
afford it.
Dr.
So,
Heavenly's property?
huh?
Where's Dr. Heavenly's property?
I think she's in Buckhead or either Alpharetta, one of those
So
areas.
isn't it weird that she's only worth $4 million supposedly on her net worth, but she has 47 acres of land property in her portfolio. So if our theory is that Toya's net worth is based off of her portfolio,
Baby,
Ah.
but nobody said
No,
that
but
about
see, but
Toya.
no, hold on 1 second though. Hold on 1 second. It depends on where Dr. Heavenly property is. So maybe
that's what I was
Dr.
asking.
Heavenly was able to get all that land because it's not in a prestigious or so much, area as where Toya is living. Where Toya is living, I already know it's extremely prestigious. When you got
Very.
golf carts to go around just in the development,
And
like
you're living down the
But I
Dr.
also
Heavenly.
believe, but
Development
I
where you
also
can-
think, Diva, is that Heavenly said she bought her house 14 years ago. So
Yeah.
the prices then and the prices now are not the same. So
Right.
it
not
could have been, and
that
at
house,
that
the
time,
house that she's in now.
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah,
just
no.
recently moved there.
No,
No,
not
Dr.
that.
Heavenly
That was
lived there for a
Contessa that
long
just.
time.
No,
Was that Contessa?
Dr. Heavenly just moved too because she moved and got that
Oh no,
24
no, that it was
house.
that house. It was
No,
that house
that
on
was
the
a lake
lake. That's
house.
for that was a.
She has a
That
lake
was
house.
a rental property.
Yeah, that's a rental
It's
property.
investment property.
Her and her
Oh,
Yeah.
son, remember, her son can't get a job,
Her
so
son,
she's trying
her
to help
son
him out.
confiscated
that's
it.
right.
Because they did that at the end of last season. I know what you're talking about now. That was on
She's
Lake
trying to keep him
Alatoona.
busy. That's how much of
So that's
money
what
she
I'm
has,
saying. So
excess
maybe
money.
whoever said those figures are not correct. Probably they might not be unless we don't know what they're basing it on. Because 47 acres of land, even near Buckhead, would be worth millions of dollars.
Well, in the chat,
And what
they're
I was gonna
saying
say
that the
was,
area that she lives in is way
She's
cheaper than
Conyers.
Buckhead.
yeah, because I
They're
was
saying
gonna say
her
was
area
that
is Conyers, Georgia. I
Oh, I
think
don't
because
know nothing. Where's Conyers?
Conyers is probably like 30 minutes to an hour from where I am.
How far are
But
you?
is it
I'm
an
in the
expensive area?
no,
No,
it's
it's not.
Yeah,
a whole
see,
county
so
by itself.
that's telling right there. That's telling right there. So, like, my sister bought her house a long time ago, and she has a lot of land. Now, her house now is worth a lot of money because these houses that they're building now, like you said, you can reach out the window and touch your neighbor. Like,
Yeah.
you're not getting all of that land. So it
Yep.
depends on a lot of criterias on, how much your house is going to be worth. But when you're in a prestigious area, off the back, you can have a little house and it'll be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, because you're in
And
the area.
if
And you
you're in
don't
the
have no
area,
land.
But
especially if
46
you're in an
acres is
area,
ridiculous.
huh?
46 acres is ridiculous. Like wherever it is,
Isn't that
Yeah.
it's in the
I
middle
want-
of a forest, basically.
I think
her
it's
house is.
beautiful. I mean, all the black people were
It's
promised 40
amazing.
acres and a mule. I think it's fabulous. She made it happen.
She really did.
Look,
So
I've been in
Dr.
Conyers.
Heavenly uses her finances wisely and invests in other streams of business. Listen, Dr.
That's what I'm
Heavenly is
gonna
doing
say.
it right. She's getting the assignment. But Dr. Heavenly also said a long time ago when Toya and was in that tax debt, she said that Toya is ridiculous. And she most certainly is, and she's never going to get it. But you know what, Eugene, we got to put this on his back. You need to step up, man up.
And stop letting her do this to you because I mean it's just crazy. I mean, because you're not gonna have anything at the end. Yes, this thing saying $4 million, that's Eugene money. I'll count that as Toya's. Yes, they're married, but Eugene is the one that's breaking his back to get the money. What is Toya doing but eating bonbons, drinking wine, and riding on that golf cart all day? I'm just saying.
You ain't lying. Now, S Lover, and yes, Dr. Heavenly understands the show is not forever. That's the part that Toya is not freaking
Yes.
getting. And after it can end at any moment. I agree with you that. Now let me say this too. Everybody, when this show ends, everybody is going to be fine. Toya and Eugene are going to be in a poorhouse.
Oh, I give y'all the story when it comes
One
up.
of the things
because,
that I remember Heavenly said is that she doesn't, when she's like budgeting for the year, she doesn't even think about the marital medicine money because she knows that that's just a hit and miss. Like she goes, every season we don't even know if we're getting renewed or if we're being asked back. So she goes, when I'm budgeting of how much income we're getting as a family, I don't even include that.
Yeah, so I do agree. Listen, I have my issues with Dr. Heavenly, but I will say this: I do think she's smart. She's making the right moves. She's doing the candy with her money, like what I'm saying, like Candy from Atlanta.
I think
She's investing. her stuff in the right places. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say the one thing I would give Dr. Heavenly is because I think if she is working for her money, she has a better understanding of how to do it. I think because Toya isn't working for her money, she is thinking unrealistic. When you start working and spending and saving, you have a little bit more care for how you do things. So
right.
And I also feel like Heavenly was always a grafter. She said that when she finished college, she used to work at McDonald's. Like, even though she was college educated, she used to work at McDonald's. And she goes, a job is a job. Like, I've always had to get it. You know, we went back to her house and she lived in that little bedroom without the window. She struggled.
Okay, so wait, Sensible Sydney said we gotta pray for the Harris family. Okay, that's what we gotta do.
Well, I would think for the last comment that was up there, Anila is not living above her means because Anila is working. The difference is Anila furnished that whole house for free. She may have gone over budget with that house, but she got her furniture for free. I would be upset. I mean, Karen was upset, but she got the furniture for free. He was like, it didn't come out my pocket. Toya don't know how to do that. Toya builds a house, go buy the furniture, put it in there, and then move out next week.
Also, Anila's husband is a plastic surgeon.
That's a big difference.
And that's a big difference.
Yeah.
A huge difference. Plastic surgeons make money.
Hold on, Canelo. They are definitely on the sick and shut-in list. Oh my God.
I cannot with y'all tonight. I cannot do this.
Yeah. Wait, Lucas said you missed Buffy. Well, Buffy ain't never coming back. Buffy was a crybaby, but that's neither here nor there. A crybaby. But listen, guys, listen, we gotta close this out. It was a really good episode. I think they're gonna bring it this season. We still got a lot to come. And listen, like it or not, I'm here for this intervention that's about to go down. So before we close out,
so Heaven leaves the season.
Yes. Before we close out, and Mace, what are your final words? Make sure tonight you pray for the Harrises, but go ahead.
Maybe more than prayer. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we gotta start somewhere.
I'm gonna pray that Eugene gets that blood pressure under control. He gets that elastic band that he needs. Toya stops, putting that shit in her ass and gets off it and gets a job. However, I'm excited because this season we get to see Dr. Heavenly be the star of the show like she is. Like every season it's a Dr. Heavenly. So this year it's going to be the same thing. They're going to revolve around her because they have nothing else to talk about.
Oh, come on,
Heavenly
you
is daddy.
all this credit.
Her articulate young sons who are so
you giving her all this credit.
64 acres.
I have to beat her. We gotta have a Royal Rumble soon. Because did you forget season 1 between Toya and Mariah? I mean, that was the talk of the town for 4 seasons, and Mariah wasn't even on half of them.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, MA. Please pray for the Harrises tonight. And while we at it, we might as well add Doc Daddy to the list, to the prayer list. Because we need him to blink. We need him to ask for help if he needs it. Daddy is added to the list. Yes. Daddy's added to the list. Amy Jane, what are your final words?
Final words. I am ready for the intervention. Although people are upset, truth tellers still need to be told the truth as well. So I'm waiting on that. We'll have a good season. And as well, Eugene, hashtag save Eugene and hashtag save Daddy.
I'll get the petition started tonight, Amy J.
Wait, Canilla, this is what we got to do too. Since we in church and we praying, we're going to pass the plate. Okay, pass the plate. Put your donations in. We're going to tithe for the Harris family. We're going to collect some tithes for them. Collect some money.
Well, Toya, all I got
since the pound is worth more, I'll add less.
Okay.
I'm not doing this with you, mate. I'm not.
Curves, what are your final words? We already know you love Dr. Heavenly. You don't got to tell us again.
Go,
Okay.
Kurt.
7 acres.
I didn't want there to be any doubt, just in case she ever sees me on here. I don't want her to think that I'm as much of a flip flopper as Dr. Simone. So yeah.
Was you
Okay.
scared of her talk about you too? Go ahead.
And I'm not gonna be like, going back. So she's gonna know that my love is still over there with Dr. Heavenly. But can we just say that Married to Medicine has season after season not only delivered us Black excellence, they give us some Black drama, and then they give us some Black reconciliation. So I'm hoping that this season will not be any different in that regard, and that whatever roller coaster we go on, we will end it with reconciliation and learning how to evolve and get along without even having to get along. So I like that. And also for the intervention, just like Dr. Heavenly said, she can take
We're
it.
ready.
You don't need to worry about her. So I'm looking forward to it in that regard, because everybody does get a turn, and it's okay. But like my friend MH said, it's always her. All their storylines
is the
is her. She is the show. And
She's
check
the Beyonce of Married to
She's the
Medicine.
most popular one. She's the most
She's
popular.
the Diana
Well,
Ross.
Beyonce actually left. That was
She's the most
Mariah.
popular one.
She goes,
I'm
boring.
But I
And
hope
her Bangladeshi
Contessa,
life.
I hope
Okay.
Contessa does not. I hope Contessa eventually. I hope we
Kisses the
find
ring.
out what's real with that. I hope we do, because this is just a storyline.
maybe Contessa can run for president and we won't see her next year.
Or maybe she can live her truth and get with her best friend.
Y'all ain't right at all. I just want y'all to know that.
Tomby fan, you gotta come earlier. The link was out there. I would have redropped it, but we're closing out. But thank you for stopping by. So Canelo, go ahead, close out.
All right, so I'm ready for the intervention. Now we also know. Now look, I told y'all I love Dr. Heavenly. She gets on my nerves. She makes me laugh. I do like her, so I don't want nobody to think I'm up here like Kurt said, flip flopping like Simone, because Simone is a fence rider. But Heavenly got to have her season. Everybody else that had theirs. It's Heavenly's time now to get this, because she done pissed everybody off. And I mean, y'all can't sit here and say you didn't see it because it was at the end of the episode. But I think she's gonna bounce back from it. But if she does, it's gonna be the same shady Heavenly, giving us the good confessionals, making us laugh, and I want to throw something at her. So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
So wait, pretty much we shouldn't do a collection plate for the Harrises because
you take the money and buy a plane.
Why do I believe that though? Why do I believe that? I really
I'll be taking me to school now.
Tacky Toya.
I really believe that.
she's gonna buy a private jet. So I guess there is no hope for this chick. She's
gonna
gonna
buy a private jet without the gas. That's what you have to say.
And gas is more than the dang plane is.
The audacity.
Yes, hashtag boopies.
Yeah, listen, we tried. We was praying for her. We passed the plate around to get some ties for her. But y'all saying don't give it to her because she's gonna misuse the money. I hear y'all. She probably will misuse the money.
And you can't give it to Eugene either, because he'll let her. He'll just give it to her.
You can give it to him you can give it to him in a birthday card and say, Eugene, this is for you only. Soon as you give it to him, he come to me, what's that? Oh, we got some money. And he be like, oh God. Yeah, he'll be on his therapist chair the next day.
All you need to put some. All Toya needs to say is, Eugene, there'll be some Chick-fil-A on the flight. He's there. Thank you.
Y'all remember when Toya got argued with the financial advisor about the wine she buys?
Oh my God, that was funny.
Remember when she told Eugene to eat a biscuit and to shut
Yeah,
the
that
was
She's a mess. She's a mess. So
I love her.
You know, Canelo. So I guess it's a no to the collection plate. Everybody's saying no because Toya is just going to misuse the funds.
I never would have thought about that until they said it. And when the last commenter said she's going to buy a plane, I'm like, I can see it. I definitely can see it.
Oh,
you ain't love.
Wait, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, Candace. Yeah, you ain't lying, Candace. Poor Eugene. And listen, wait, poor Eugene and poor Daddy.
No. Daddy's
Hey,
living
Daddy, I
He's
said
living
it.
lavish.
I'm gonna have to be his best friend. I'm gonna have to go up there and
Daddy
take my
Blink.
statement out so we can go out and have a good time. We ain't got
Yo, listen, Canelo, we gotta go, but do me a favor. Blink 3 times in the name of Daddy.
Oh wait, if y'all can't see. Now that's Morse code for you, Daddy. Next episode, I need you
That was
to
excellent. You just got a standing ovation. You got a standing ovation.
Listen, that kind of acting. Give him his Emmy.
Y'all done, guys. I gotta go.
Listen, Married to Medicine, I love this show because we have so much fun. Like all the characters, there's nobody you can hate. Everybody's lovable. Everybody has their issues, but it's a fun show.
Yes.
It is. Okay, so listen, guys, here's the deal. I will be coming back with Married to Medicine again next week. I pushed Love and Marriage DC off until tomorrow, but I'm coming on at 7 with that because I don't know who's watching with me. Their ratings are so terrible, but I gotta follow this thing to the end. Okay, I gotta follow it to the end. Love and Marriage DC. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget also, don't forget if you're not a subscriber to subscribe. Don't forget Canelo has his own channel. Canelo, don't forget to put it in the chat.
I did earlier. I did.
Okay, go put it in again. Everybody subscribe and reach out to Canelo's channel because he comes out and he hangs out with me. Curves, I love you. And I'm gonna have to mail you a Dr. Heavenly t-shirt. I'm gonna have to mail you that t-shirt, Dr. Heavenly, okay? And I'm gonna bring some tissues.
I just got the cash out from her. I'm okay.
Okay, you good. I'm gonna bring you some tissue. I'm gonna bring you some tissue in case the intervention doesn't go well next week. And listen, everybody. Curves has a channel also. Hit her up on her channel. Curves, throw your information for your channel in the chat again. We love everybody here. Amy J, MH, do y'all have channels?
No.
Okay, but listen, I love
yours.
Yeah, but we know that's why we love y'all. Thank you, and we love y'all for being here. Listen, cheers to everyone. Again, Dr. Eugene, we care about you. We're trying to help you. Daddy, we care about you. We're trying to help you.
Daddy, do this. We need you to do this next week now. Don't do what I'm telling you.
And Toya, we're sending up. We gotta find you a financial advisor. Because you need one ASAP. We want to save your marriage. We love to see families stay together, and you are going to financially ruin your good man.
Diva,
run as fast as you can.
One thing,
yes.
Last thing I want to say, guys, I know everybody loves reality TV, but please check out Diva's book reviews. They are amazing. I love these interviews. Please keep it going. I'm really enjoying that side of the channel. So I know there's a lot of people in the room now. Check them out. Check all of those videos out because they're amazing.
You do book clubs, Diva?
I did. Yes, I did. Toby Dorr. She actually, based on a true story. If you Google her, she's the door. They call her the door crate lady. She helped this guy escape from jail.
That was
crazy. But you know what though? You get to see her and you get to hear her side of the story, and you will fall in love with her. The other person I recently interviewed, he's number 19 of 21 children, and they don't speak about it. It's very sad, but his mom, and it's by one mom and one dad. It's not like 21 children across several people, right? It's
not
one
an
mom and one dad.
situation.
Yeah, and they are actually in the world. His mother currently is the only woman that birthed that many children herself. The Duggars were coming up close, but after child number 19, I think she couldn't have anymore. His mother had 21 children, and he's number 19. And also he's in the works to get his life story made into a movie. He's going to be on Kelly Clarkson. So he came to Chronicles first. We love him for that.
It was a really good interview, guys. I learned a lot.
And then on the 23rd of this month, there is this woman. she called her book is called The Waiting Game. It's only 96 pages. When I get an opportunity, I'm gonna put it in the community tab. So maybe y'all could get it and check it out and be able to ask questions when she comes on. It's The
Thank
Waiting
you.
Game. Yeah. But
Diva.
let me tell you what this girl, okay, bye Canilla. I'll see you.
I'm not going nowhere.
Oh,
I just want to say something when you finish. I want to say
yeah,
something.
okay, sure, no problem. So with The Waiting Game, she's saying pretty much is, you know what, if we wait our turn, like our time is going to come. But while you wait, you do have to do work while you're waiting. So it's going to be amazing interview. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I had so much fun with y'all tonight. And Curbs, I didn't know that Heavenly fans were out there, but you got a lot of people on your side. Canilla saying, because we got to go. We got to go, Canilla.
Now,
Say what you got to say.
I'm gonna say this. Don't
Yes.
forget, guys. Diva will be interviewing me for my second book. That's
Yes.
coming out in September. So check it out when she puts that interview out. Make sure y'all come and check me and her out.
Yes.
That's gonna be so
Okay,
fun.
we'll see you there.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.